So, of course, this is game number 2. It's going to go down on Overgrowth. And it is currently 1-0 up to the Zerg player spawning in the lower left. He's playing for Alien Invasion. We have Golden. And his opponent up to the top right, the Red Protoss representing Mousesports. It's HasuObs. So, game number 1, we just saw a very nice build order come through from Golden. He went for Ling Hydra up against a quick third base, +2 Blinkstalker style out of HasuObs. HasuObs didn't have any kind of splash damage, and the Zerglings and Hydralisks just waltz on through, all eager and excited, and destroyed the gateway stuff quickly. Because that's what they do. You need splash damage, you need Storm, you need Colossus, or a heck of a lot of force fields. So Golden played that just really nicely overall. Just really looking in a solid position as a whole. So due to that, I'd say Golden is going to be feeling quite confident in this game. Otherwise, I'd say HasuObs needs to try and switch things up. He might try and go for a timing push. This is a really good map to go for Immortal Sentry plays, because the third base can be really easily zoned out thanks to force fields. It's also a pretty solid map for proxy Stargates. There's a couple of positions around here where proxy Stargates can come in. Stargates as a whole aren't fantastic on it, but proxy Stargates are pretty good. So, need to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, Little Probe just advancing on forward. Little Probe's like, hey, I'm a Little Probe. Otherwise, yeah, this is normal stuff. Hatch first coming down from Golden. Is he going to go Hatch Gas Pool like he did in game number 1 for the early speed? Maybe. We'll see. He got it at a 17 pool if he does 17 gas, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Also denying the natural base of HasuObs for a while. HasuObs going for exactly the same build as well. One of the pros coming back. Golden just checking to see whether a gas was started, whether a Cybercore was started. But no, it hasn't been. HasuObs just throwing a little bit off where he'd like to be at this stage. So, all good for Golden. Minor advantage early on is still an advantage. And you've got to remember that. Seconds really do compound to a massive difference. Again, the extractor trick coming through. And I want to just note, this actually has quite a noticeable effect. About 100 minerals a minute missed mining. Trying to do that. So, that definitely does hurt. It's not much. It's maybe only 50, max 100 minerals missed. But still, that's frustrating. It also delays that gas fractionally too. So delaying that gas actually causes a really nice situation. So keeping an eye on this in the moment. We do have the Cybernetics core coming on through for HasuObs at the front. This is a much easier wall off to create as well for HasuObs because of these two little sets of pipes that come on through. You can easily wall this off. It's not as wide as it looks at a first glance. I know a lot of people looked at this, especially looked at it from the map previews, when you can only see the actual mini-map of it, and we're like, oh my god, that natural base is unstoppable. You cannot wall that in any kind of deepness and size. And then they saw there were these pipes here that don't really show up on the mini-map. And they're like, oh, cool. You're fine. And they were fine. That's good for them. Anyway, quick little move around at the moment. Nothing too crazy going on. Mothership core coming through. Meanwhile, Queens and Speed on their way over for Golden. Golden again delaying his third base up a little bit. Just a little. Some players go for, obviously, Hatch Pool up against the Gate Expand. Other players just like getting the gas out a little bit quicker and then just take their third bases slightly later. Golden's kind of going for a bit of a middle ground here. This third base is going to get up relatively soon. It's not unusual to see it coming down even up to a minute later than Golden's getting it up against this when you have gone for it sooner. Still keeping a check. Any kind of big giveaways, but for the moment, no. HasuObs is going to be going for some tech. Twilight Council gains, so despite losing just flat out to a build order loss pretty much game number 1, it's going to go for that same tech path, confident in his Blinkstalkers. The Overlord did take a little peek, didn't see too much, they'll make it happy. This one though, this is going to be heading straight into the main. A couple of lings poking and prodding. Trying to draw these Stalkers out, and this could actually signal the Overlord going in, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Because if this Overlord is going in, Warpgate Tech isn't yet done, and of course the Stalker has been brought forward. So at worst there's going to be one Stalker there. This gives the Overlord quite a decent amount of time to come running on by. It's on a beeline over there. Oh no, it's going to turn. Ooh, okay. The fact it's turned is actually pretty huge. Golden may not be able to see this yet. One Ling did try and sneak on by. We'll see the third gate. The Overlord coming forward, sees the Twilight Council, good. Perfect scout coming down. A lot more Lings on their way. Well, there's a couple of additional gateways. Sorry, a couple of additional gases. Third nearly finished for Golden, just completing up now. But there's the additional gates. This is going to be a 2-gate Blinkstalker play. most likely. Definitely will be now. 100% will be, as he goes up to 7 gate blink. No sign of +1. Okay, one of the gateways got cancelled. Whoa, okay. Getting rebuilt now. Bit indecisive here. He's like, I want to gateway, don't want to gateway, want to gateway, don't want to gateway. Didn't want to gateway blocking stuff up. That's probably why. A lot of lings out on the field. They're checking to see if they can find a third base. Find that probe. Roach aren't actually going to be coming down here, so... Golden, knowing that he doesn't have a lair even started yet, knows that he's under a bit of threat. It's just like, okay, I need these roaches down. I need a bit of extra tankiness, so I'm going to be holding this. Of course, if Golden does hold, he's going to be in a very strong spot as long as he doesn't take too much damage. And he's already 1 game up. So if he wins this, he advances on into the decider game up against Goody. Golden and Goody are the only two who haven't played each other yet. Oh no, HasuObs hasn't played Hero Marine. But still, cool times. Quick little check down now. Lings get a nice round. There are no sentries here. Blink is finished. So Blink Micro already haven't come through. Reveals the Blink that already Golden probably didn't know about. But buys a bit more time. And buying time is important. These 2 Overlords need to not go over there. Good. If those Overlords went over there, that would have supply blocked Golden, or potentially would have done once a lot of roaches started coming through. No roach production yet, just ton of lings. Absolute ton of speedlings. Feeling confident in his ability to use that. A couple of the reinforcing stalkers trying to find a way through. But lings anticipating their movement. Forcing a couple more blinks out, buying more time, and these are valuable seconds. The longer this game goes on for Golden, it gives him more chance to get out more units. And units really do beat this sort of push, just stuff. There's no force field, so the lings really can close up the distance. They're coming in from behind. The blinks are going to be nice. The Spine Call is getting some good pokes out. The Roach is also trying to come forward. A couple of great time warps are going to buy a bit more time for HasuObs as he moves forward. But the lings have all been killed pretty much. There's only 4 there. Drones being pulled. Golden in a lot of trouble here. The Blink Stalkers play looking very powerful at the moment. The Roach count, though, is also relatively high. But up against the Stalkers, that alone isn't going to be enough. Golden backing away. He doesn't want to take an unfavorable engagement. Already lost a decent number of workers. He's also supply blocked. That is massive. Losing those Overlords is devastating. The Zealot's getting taken down. More lings streaming through. The Roach is ready to start pushing on up. 3 Queens are here as well. They do have a couple of transfuses. I'm sure they're going to get spent pretty soon. Trying to keep these Roaches alive for as long as possible. It's a mass Dew count here. A very prolonged engagement coming in as the Micro really does reign supreme. HasuObs, though, he's coming out massively on top. GG is called. And HasuObs levels out this series to be 1-1.